If anyone today would like to sing, this is our last day, so we can make it a little bit more festive. So if anyone would like to do that, that's
You don't want me
fine.
to
If not,
try.
that's fine too. So I am going to go alphabetical because I had the time today to actually put the names in order. So Alice, you're up.
Oh, no, okay.
I
Ho
can't sing,
ho-
so.
Sa'at HaTorah. Ein kamocha ka Elohim.
What's the first letter?
Oh, excuse me, ba Elohim.
It's actually Va, but
Oh,
yeah.
excuse me, ba Elohim. Adonai ve'ein kama'asecha malchutacha malchut kol olamim umemshaltacha b'chol dor v'dor.
Okay, Eleanor, do you want to read the next two lines?
Okay. Adonai Melech, Adonai Malach, Adonai Yimloch, Le'olem Voed. Adonai Oz Le'amo Yitain, Adonai Yivarech Et Amo Va'ashalom.
Okay, and Esther, if you want to read up till the end of that opening part.
Av Harakhamim He Tiva Vir Suvka Et Zion Tivne Chomot Urushalayim.
Wait, what is that? Start that word again.
Yerushalayim.
I can't tell if you're starting it with a V or a Yud.
No, with a ya.
Oh, okay, I sounded like V. So okay, it's just Yerushalayim. Yeah.
Yerushalayim. Okay. Ki v'cha levad vatakanu. I'm going to do that one again. Batakanu. Melech El Ram Vinisa Adon or is it Vo? There's a dot on the top of it.
Where? Which one?
I'm on the last word.
Olamim.
It's O.
Olamim.
Okay. Olamim. Thank you.
Yeah. No. Okay. And so that fourth word in there is batachnu. You don't have to pronounce the it. It's not batachenu.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Let's do that again from the beginning. So Gloria, if you want to read the first two.
Okay. Ein kamocha Elohim Adonai v'ein kama'asecha malchutecha malchut kol olamim umimshaltecha b'kol dor v'dor.
Okay, good. And then we have Judy to the next two.
Adonai Melech, Adonai Malach, Adonai Yimloch, Le'olam Va'ed, Adonai Oz Le'amo Yitain, Adonai Yivarech Et Amo Va'shalom.
Okay, and Melinda, if you want to finish.
Av harachamim Heitiva vir soncha et Zion. Tivne hom ot Yerushalayim kivecha levad batach nu. Nela el Ram Venisha Adon Olamim.
Okay, good. Okay, and Phyllis, I'm just making sure Nancy didn't come. Okay, Phyllis, do you want to read the first two lines of Vayehi bin Soah?
Vayehi bin Soah ha'aron vayomer Moshe Kuma Adonai v'yafutzu oyevecha vayenusu misanecha mipanecha.
Okay, and Roxanne, finish that?
Ki mitzion tetze Torah u'devar Adonai Mirushalayim. Baruch shenatan Torah le'amo Yisrael b'kedushato.
Okay, good. So I just wanted to tell you something that I learned yesterday at Makom B'Yachad that I never knew before, and it's really, I think you'll find it interesting. So that line, I think it's just the first one, the Vayehi bin Soah Haron Vayomer Moshe Kuma Adonai V'yafutzu Oyevecha. And if you have Lev Shalem, you can even see it's in a footnote. You see that it's not the last one, but the one before, as the ark was carried forward. And it says it's from Numbers 10:35. So it's Bamidbar, Numbers 10:35. So it turns out that if you look in I think you'd have to, I could go downstairs and get it I will, because it's really interesting. I have another one here. In the Tikkun, that verse is separated out, and it's well, I have to show it to you. And they actually write it by itself inside two like inverted noons, the letter N in Hebrew, the inverted noon. And I think it was King David or King Solomon, I can't remember, said that indicates that it is a book of the Torah all to itself. And so that everything that comes in Numbers before that and after that are separate books too. So there are 7 books to the Torah, because this one verse is its own verse. It was fascinating. So
Wow.
let me just find it in I have a much better tikkun that is downstairs, but it's in any one, so I just means I have to. Of course, I know what page it's on downstairs because I just looked for it last night. It'd take me a minute, or I could do it later.
What
But-
chapter and verse is it?
It's verse 10. It's chapter 10, verse 35. And I looked at,
Exodus, of Exodus?
Bamidbar.
Oh, Bamidbar, sorry.
I looked just in my here it is. Okay. So it's not so easy to, as I said, in this, I don't know if you could even see it. It's right here. I don't know if you could see, like, backwards. You
Looks like
see
a
what I'm
separate
talking about?
paragraph.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I just thought that was absolutely really interesting. And as I said, the much better tikkun, the big fat Orthodox art scroll tikkun, has footnote all about this story that Rabbi Sella told yesterday, and some other of course, there's never just one explanation. They give two or three other explanations. So I'll send that to you. I don't want to take up time now going downstairs and getting it and reading it, but I'll send it to you. It's something, it's one of those things that you never heard of. And then, you'll probably go to synagogue next week and somebody else will tell you this and you'll say, oh, I knew
Yeah.
that. I don't know if that happens to you all the time, but once you learn something, it turns out that, it takes on new meaning in your whole life. So, okay, sorry to interrupt for anyone who wasn't interested in that. So let's continue on to, let's see. So then they take out the Torah and there's more while they're standing up there with the Torah. We do not say aloud, but maybe you do, the Barich Shemay Demare Alma. Does anyone say that out loud? Does anyone want to practice that?
Just the first line is all that's said.
Yeah. So do
Mhm.
you want to say it for us?
I can try. Baruch Shemay Demaria. That's all they
Demare.
say.
Oh, Demare Alma. Okay. So let's
Yeah,
go
yeah.
to let's
Those
go
wo-
to the Bay. The only thing we say a lot is Bayana Rachetz. Does
Yeah.
anyone do that? Bayana Rachetz. Okay. So Susan, is your turn if you want to read or sing Bayana, if you see it.
Yeah, hang on a minute. So what I had where we left off was Adonai, Adonai, El Rahum, but not Hum.
No, we're before that. We didn't get to that yet. It's in both books, it's which book do you have? I never know who has what.
Oh, I have Sim
you have it-
Shalom, the mini version.
Yeah, okay. So it's right before Adonai. So
But what I have in my book, we already read, Baruch Shenatan Torah Le'amo Yisrael. You could do Sha'ato.
it doesn't have Bayana.
It's
Rachetz.
No,
under
it has- but-
mystical prayer before the open ark, except the Hebrew version. Way at the end where there's an arrow.
Yeah, it could be if you have like an abbreviated, sounds like you have like an abbreviated.
No, it's
No.
not abbreviated. It's just that I have to find it. So I do see
Oh.
Baruch Shema Demare.
Keep
Right,
going down.
okay, so it's further down there.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like- Oh,
Okay.
okay.
What's the first word I'm looking for?
Bayana Rachetz.
That sounds like Aramaic.
It's the last paragraph.
Okay. Oh, okay. Wait a minute.
I'm pretty sure you're right. I don't recognize one word there as being.
Oh,
Hebrew.
Beorata, that Betashlim.
No,
Oh, wait, I see it. There's a little marker before it. Okay, I
Right.
got it. I got it. I'm sorry. Ba, Ana, Rachetz, Velish. Aha, there's a dot in it. What does that mean?
in the hay,
Yes.
I mean, if you ask a cantor, they'll tell you that it means you kind of vocalize it like a soft, but nobody does it.
Okay, then I'll
they'll
just say
tell
it
you
the
that
way I would
nobody
read
does
it.
it, but that's what it-
Velishme.
yeah.
There. Is it Kadsha?
Kadisha.
Kadisha. Yakira, Ana, Emar, Tush, Bechan. Should I keep going?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay. Yehe Ra'aba, Kadamach.
So if you look at it, I think it's a
Oh, it's a
yeah,
got it.
code
Got it.
zamach, but that's no one else but me will ever
No, no, what is it? What is it? Kadamak?
Kodama,
Oh, cool, because it has that little, yeah.
Right,
That's,
but
yeah.
honestly, nobody else will ever make you crazy with that but me, so.
Well, it makes me crazy, not you, because the rules seem to be kind of like, you just have to know it. Kodamach, de tiftach, libi, oh my heart, but o raita, but tashlim, mish alin, de libi, my heart again, beliba. Got a lot of heart stuff going on here. Is it de chol amecha?
Amach,
Oh, but it's de chol
Dechol, Amach.
amach Yisrael letav ul chayin ulishlam. Amen. That
Right.
was interesting. Is that Hebrew?
I don't think so. There's nothing
it's-
there. I mean, but I mean,
Except for
Dechol
Libi.
Amach Yisrael, some of it I maybe, but I don't know, I don't know is the answer.
Well, thank
So-
you for having me read something that I didn't know.
Oh, good. I'm glad. I'm so glad. So Eleanor, you always know melodies. So I'm assuming you sing that. Does anyone
Yeah.
else? can't hear
Village make Village make Kadisha.
Yaki,
Kadisha Yakira Anamar Tushbechan.
Yeherava Kodama Tiftach Libi Yoraima Titashli Mishalin Belibi Veliba Dechol Amach Yisrael Betavu Lechayin Velishlam Amen. Does that sound familiar to anyone? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's beautiful. So.
it is beautiful.
It is.
But what I always find funny, the people who I sit with when they're there, most people don't come, but we have the bar mitzvah or bat mitzvah child start it with the bay, and they just pick any key and they're not paying any, it is like bay, bay, and then everybody you have to sing to whatever they started with. It's very, very fun. I don't know if anyone else experiences that, but all right, so let's have Alice read part of that and Eleanor so that we practice it one more time. So Alice, want to stop somewhere in the middle and then Eleanor.
For the thing.
Yeah,
that
what we
starts
just
with
did, the
Be'ana,
Be'ana. Yeah.
Be'ana. Okay. Be'ana Rahain
So it's a final sadi.
Rahates.
Yeah.
Okay, Rahates. Belishme Kadisha Yakira Ana Amar Tushbachan the Yehe Ra'ava Kadamach the Tif Tat the Tif Tach Libi Ba'oraita.
Okay, Eleanor, you want to read the last part?
Sure. Vitashlim Mishalim. Yeah, Mishalim. It's a nun at the end. Mishalim.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Libe Veliba Bichol Amach Yisrael Letov Ul Chayin Velishlam I mean, it's
Okay,
easier to
good.
sing than to read.
Yeah, it's not easy. That's why I wanted to do it a second time. Okay, then as Susan told us, Adonai Adonai comes after that. Well, wait a minute.
That's on
Wait,
festivals.
the books are different. Why is that? Why doesn't the Lev Shalem have Adonai?
The thing is,
Right.
in my book, it says on
Perception of
Shabbat,
Torah.
on Shabbat, omit the following and continue with Baruch
Right,
Shema.
right. But in Lev Shalem, I don't see, I guess they, because it's only on the festivals and the high holidays, so maybe they didn't put it in right there. So
I mean,
let's
we
skip,
could still just read that whole page, page 170. I mean, it's just practicing reading, right?
right, but it's not in Lev Shalem. So it would be a little hard for the people who have Lev Shalem to not see what we're reading. That's what I'm trying.
No, I'm the same page we were just on, the mystical prayer before the open ark. Is that what you're saying? 170.
After that.
I
Right.
meant, yeah, I meant the actual page we were on. We didn't read any of this stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, we could. I thought that,
Practice,
yeah, no, I just thought today you really wanted to do things that you actually do in synagogue.
Oh,
That-
okay.
That was my impression.
Yeah, it was just a suggestion. But
No,
whatever.
it's not a bad suggestion. I just thought people wanted to read something familiar, what they're actually going to be reading in synagogue, but we could go back. Could we get 2 more opinions if you want to read things that you don't know or?
6 Jews, 12 opinions.
Yeah.
I'd like to go over what we do in synagogue because I don't have rapidity in reading.
Yeah.
But whatever anyone else wants.
I would agree with that. I like to learn what we
Me
do. in the
too.
synagogue.
Okay, so in Lev Shalem, it's 171. And in the Sim Shalom, it's 141. We're just gonna go to Shema Yisrael. Okay. So that means, I believe Esther, if you want to read the first 3, through the Godlo Ladonai.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Echad Eloheinu Gadol Adonenu Kadosh Shemo. Gadol Lu or God Lu Le Adonai Ye Iti Un Ro Mema Shemo Yak Dav.
Okay, good. And Gloria, Lecha Adonai, read half of that.
Okay. L'chal Adonai Hagdula V'Hadlua V'Chatif Eret V'Hanetzach V'Ha'od Ki Kol B'Shamayim Uva'aretz. You want me to keep going?
Yeah, just till the end. Yeah.
Okay. L'chal Adonai Amei Hamam Lachim Lache Lacha
Lecha. Yeah, Hamam Lecha. Yeah.
V'Hamit Naseh L'chal L'rosh.
Okay, good. And Judy, you want to finish that Romamu?
Yes. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu Dehishtachavu Lahadot Lahados
Lahadom.
Lahadom Raglov Kadosh Hu Romamu Adonai Eloheinu v'hishtachavu l'char kadsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu.
Okay, good. Does anyone want to sing how your congregation sings that? No?
Adonai Hagiru.
Yeah, we sing it.
That's too high. Hagivura, Behatite, Behane. Now I went too low. Kiko Oh, then we repeat it. Kiko Bashamayim Uvaretz, Lecha Adonai Hamlacha, Vehamid Naseh Lechol Erosh.
Romemu.
Romamu,
Romemu.
Romamu,
Adonai Eloheinu. V'hishtachavu. V'hishtachavu. L'Adam Raglav Kadoshu. Romemu.
Romamu,
Romemu.
Romamu,
Adonai Eloheinu. V'hishtachavu. V'hishtachavu. L'Har Kodsho. Ki Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu. Okay, then the Torah is placed on the table, so the Gabbai in some places might read this Av Harachamim.
Yes.
Linda, do you want to read the Av Harachamim?
Okay. Av harachamim hu yerachem am amusim v'yizkor berit etanim v'yatzil na shotenu min hashaot haraot v'yigar v'yetzer hara min.
Okay, Phyllis, do you want to finish those two more lines?
Okay. Hansoim
I think-
Viachon Otanu Lifletat Olamim Vimale Mishalotenu Bamida Tova Yeshua Barachamim.
Okay, good. Roxanne, do you want to continue with Vaya Azor Via Gain Via Shia Chosimbo?
I never knew that was in the book.
That's what the Gabbai, when they're calling up the
Right,
first, the Kohen.
right. I never knew that was in the book. I thought it was.
Right,
on a
because by
cheat
then you
sheet.
have the Chumash open, right? I'm a Gabbai all the time, so I read this, so this to me is like normal.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Well, I mean, it's read, but
Right,
thought
I
it was on-
understand, but your book is
cheat sheet.
closed by now. I understand. I
Yeah.
do. Yeah. Well, let's just do it and then we'll get back to things that we know. Yeah. Very soon. Yeah, okay.
And they do it so fast.
Ve'yatzor, ve'yagem, ve'yoshia, likol hachosim bo ve'nomar amen. Hakol havu godel lelohenu utnu kavod laTorah. Kohen karav Ya'amod.
And then you would just fill in somebody's name there. So Moshe ben David HaKohen. Or
Moshe ben David HaKohen.
okay, Susan, do you want to read? So the next one is if you are lucky enough, which I will never be, to have Bat Kohen in your synagogue. That's how you call up a Bat Kohen.
So where do you want me to start?
So you want to read that? I don't know if your book has. Does
Yeah,
your book
yeah.
have all these choices for how to call people up?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
it doesn't
good.
have
So-
bot,
Okay, so do
but I can
Bat
substitute
Kohen.
bot for Ben. I'm enough of a feminist to do that. Where would you like me to start?
Well, in our book, it actually says Bat Kohen. That's why.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bat
well,
Kohen.
it just says Yamod Ben blank, Yamod blank Ben HaKohen. And I can
Right,
say
and
Ya'amod-
ours has it, and for some reason they added in this Kier V. I don't know why they. For
Oh,
the
I don't have
yeah,
that,
for
but
the-
I can call myself to the Torah.
Please,
Ya'amod
go ahead.
Chayasara Bat Tzvi HaKohen. There, I did it.
Okay, did you say Ta'amod? I did. So for a woman, it's Ta'amod.
Oh.
For a man, it's Ya'amod.
Oh,
for a-
thank you.
A woman,
Oh.
it's Ta'amod.
I did not know that. I want to get where I can be the one called up, not only to do the blessings, but to read from the Torah.
Yeah.
Because our Chazan talked about it Monday about,
Oh,
how people are substituting for people, which, we all know. Well, I don't want to do it that way. I want to do the whole thing or
uh-huh.
forget it. It doesn't matter. I'm doing it by Zoom anyway, but well, it does matter because if I do it by Zoom, then I can maybe, although I don't know how to lane, but at least I can read from the book and not the Torah,
Oh,
however
and not the
horrible.
Torah. So you have the vowels and the trope.
Yeah,
That's cheating.
yeah,
That's-
yeah. But I think I have to start with maybe being good enough to be a gabbai. That's pretty hard too.
Well, you have to know how to read Torah before you can be a gabbai, because the gabbai is there to correct the Torah reader.
Well,
So
are
you
you
don't know how to-
looking at the Torah or are you looking at the book?
We're looking at the book, but you have to know the trope and.
Well, the trope, forget it.
Well,
Then
I
then I'm-
can't speak for your synagogue. In my synagogue, if you don't know how to read Torah, you're not going to be a gabbai.
I'm not
because
gonna be a
gabbai is like
not in the next 2 years.
okay. Well,
No,
if
not
you
mine.
would like help with any of that, I would be more than happy to help you. But if
Oh,
you
I'm
have a
dying to learn.
cancer
I'm
and
dying to
then-
learn trope.
Yeah.
Just a little sidebar since I found it. So I had a bat mitzvah a bazillion years ago, and here's the book.
Oh, did I never show you mine? I have the same one in orange.
And I've got to take out the fuzzy because it's so funny what it says. It says, take out the filter. There we go.
We've come a long way.
Yeah, mine
Now
says
they get recordings.
my bar mitzvah book.
Right,
know.
of course. Right, my bar mitzvah book right there. Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I don't know. Mine was from 1969, so I don't know. You're younger than I am, but
No, I'm older than you. My
Oh.
my bat mitzvah was in 66
oh, where were you?
LA.
Oh, and a Friday night though, right? Or
No, it was Shabbat. But
Yeah.
the horriblest thing is I had to share it with a boy.
oh my
Uh,
God,
We won't go there.
boy.
That's progressive for that time.
My son and daughter were B'nai Mitzvah together on a Saturday morning in a conservative synagogue. They're 18 months apart. And if they hadn't had it together, they would have had to share with non-siblings. So we had them do it together.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's different. That's different.
I know. They
Yeah,
like,
Sharing with a boy was horrible for me because I could have done the whole service backward and
Right.
forward. And
Right.
he held me back.
Right,
oh,
I'm sure.
But
Right.
about trope, I have all these markings in here, because it's like go up, go down.
And that's what I was just going to show you. I have the same thing. Just go up, go down, and this was just the half Torah. I mean, girls couldn't go near the Torah. It was Friday night to begin with, but and it's clearly marked. I read 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2 lines at the end of a half Torah. on Friday night, where Haftorah fit in on a Friday night, I couldn't even begin to imagine. And then I have this printed out. This is the speech, the cantor of gave me my
Oh,
speech
that's
that I was going to read.
That's
Oh, I wish I'd put
priceless.
mine in the book. That would have been beautiful because then I'd still have it.
Anyway,
That's
let's-
wonderful.
yeah, but let's.
That
do-
is so funny.
It's very funny, and the paper clips are all rusted
Yeah, yeah,
in.
yeah.
All right, but let's get back to reading. So I was telling you that if you're calling up a woman, it's ta'amod instead of ya'amod.
Okay.
And you were calling yourself.
Okay.
And
Ta'amod Chaya Sarah Ben Bat
Ah.
Tzvi HaKohen. That would be me.
Okay, good. And then to call up, then the next line is a man if it's just a rishon. So if you're not calling a kohen, but you're calling a rishon. So if you want
Okay,
to call
I
a
don't-
man.
Yeah, my book just goes on to say Baruch Shenatan Torah Le'amo Yisrael.
Okay, that's fine.
Tigidu Shato.
Okay, and then the last line there, depending on where you are, sometimes the cantor, the gabbai will say it and the congregation responds. But again, since you don't have your book open, my guess is you never know what are these people saying, is my guess.
What line are you talking about?
Yeah,
Ba'atem?
hadvekim Adonai Elohechem chayim kulchem hayom.
Yeah, I've never heard that.
Okay,
I mean,
have.
I don't have a memory of hearing. it.
Again, I
so-
didn't know it was in the book. I thought
Exactly.
it was on a
Yeah.
cheat
right,
sheet.
and right,
Do
and
they sing
I
it? Do they sing it at your
no,
show?
no, it's.
Let's-
Well,
Say it
I
very
can't
quickly.
say for everyone, but we don't, the gabbai says it and then everybody repeats it. Or actually, no, I'm, wrong.
We don't.
The congregation says it and the gabbai then repeats it, is, I think.
We
actually.
don't.
So it's, so Susan, you want to read that, Va'atem?
Yeah, I do, because it's new. Well, I like to read. Ve'atem harvekim.
It's a, I don't, did you say har or had?
I goofed. I thank you. Hadvekim ba'Adonai Elohechem chayim kulchem hayom.
Okay, good.
Hmm.
You, who
Our
remain-
rabbi says that only.
yeah. So
Which-
you who remain steadfast to Adonai your God have been sustained to this day.
Hmm. What a nice
And-
thing to say. So it
Yeah.
said, so let's say I've been called up. Let's say I've been called up. So I'm up there. And then what it says in my book is congregation and Torah reader say that.
Right.
Yeah, that's what my book says.
But what really happens? Because
The
I've never heard that.
gabbai usually, well, I can't say for every place. The gabbai usually says it.
The
And
gabbai.
yeah,
So
I've
that's
never
you.
known a Torah reader to say it.
So the gabbai is you.
Right. Well, when I'm not Torah reader, I do, I could different times.
So the
I'm-
gabbai that's really interesting because I thought the gabbai was silent. Who's calling up for the Torah?
The gabbai.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm
if-
used
if
to
a
the
woman
service leader
will
calling
call.
up.
Okay. Well, I
Well-
get, it's different in different places. So I don't want to say, what it is. Okay, let's practice as if we're having the aliyah now. So Alice, you want to have the first aliyah? What is your Hebrew name? I'll call you up. Ta'amod.
Chava bat Ruchel.
Okay,
What
Ta'amod.
is
Chava bat
page?
Ruchel.
Wait, does this go to page 172?
Yes.
What? This
And-
thing starts
yeah.
Birchot.
Baruch.
Oh, okay.
Well, okay, in the Lev Shalem, it tells you that we're doing the Birchot HaTorah, but what you actually read is Baruch.
Okay. Barhu, oh, did you call me?
So Ta'amod, I forgot now, Chava bat
Bat Rachel.
Rachel Shlishit. So the other thing that differs, if it's a female, then
The numbers.
you want to make the number. in
Yeah.
a feminine, so shlishit, revi'it, chamishit, but not, most people aren't gonna do that. Unless you have a female rabbi or cantor.
So you say the first and the
You
second
also-
and the third aliyah in the calling?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Kohen, well,
Interesting.
but we still do Kohen and Levi, so there's, and
And
we
then
don't
it's,
do
you
Bat
start with
Kohen
third.
and Bat Levi, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes,
We don't.
yes.
If it's a woman being called up, do you use the name of the mother in not?
Well, yeah, and we've, well, I know I started including the, if the mother's name's on their card and I call them with their mother too, and some men give me a huge argument that they don't want
Oh.
that mother. It's like, excuse me, if it wasn't for your mother, you wouldn't be here.
We
I
do
can't
both.
Deal with it.
We do both.
So do we.
What did you say, Gloria?
We do both.
Well, of course. Oh, no, I didn't mean, I didn't do the father, but
Uh-uh.
right. But the Kohen and Levi's get upset because they said, it sounds like you're calling my mother a Levi, because, it's like
Yeah,
Moshe and
Yeah.
then
Patrilineal,
David, the
yeah.
Leah HaKohen. It sounds like I'm saying Leah HaKohen. So I switch it now. It's like, David.
So say the mother first.
Exactly, which they don't like either because they're used to hearing their fathers, David ben Moshe, not ben Leah. It's just a thing, and with COVID, I haven't really dealt with it in 2 years now. I'm bringing back bad memories. But Alice, okay, so
Okay.
Mod, Chava, Bat, I forget your
Rachel.
Rachel,
Rachel.
Rachel, Shlishit, okay, Baruch.
Baruch et Adonai Hamavorach.
And then
Baruch,
the congregation says, Baruch Adonai Havarach Le'olam Vaed.
Baruch atah
Can you
Adonai.
repeat that? So the
Oh,
congregation says it and you,
Baruch Adonai Hamavorach Le'olam Vaed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar michol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Okay, and then the Torah reading, and then let's see, then we can have Eleanor read after the Torah reading.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Okay,
It's easier to sing it.
right. Do you want to, has anyone ever said Gomel for after when you recover from a serious illness, or if you went on a dangerous trip? Has anyone ever
Once
said that?
in a blue moon.
Yeah.
So
Maybe twice a year.
Esther, do you want to say that?
What am I saying?
It's it says Birkat Hagomel. Let's see, where is it in Lev
Prayer on
Shalom?
being saved from danger.
I'm trying to see where it is. It might not be in Lev Shalom.
It is. It's on page.
It is 173.
Oh, it's on the next page. Oh, it's okay.
I found it.
They put it in a whole different place. Okay. Do you see it on the bottom of 173?
Yes. Birkat HaGomel. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam HaGomel HaChayagim
It's
Or-
li, not ha. Li chayavim.
Chayagim Tovot Shegmalani Kol Tov. Me,
Okay,
should I keep going? Me,
right. And so the congregation responds, and in Lev Shalem, it makes it really clear if it's for a male or a female. And in the Sim Shalom,
It does too.
It does too, but it
Yeah.
doesn't tell you, you know, it
Right.
has male and female, but it doesn't
You have to
tell
know.
you.
You have to know.
You have to know. So obviously the one they have there without parentheses, of course, is the male. And the ones in
Done.
parentheses are for the weird ones, the women. And if it's a group. So
Oh.
anyway, just wanted to point that out, that it's different. Go ahead.
Mishek Malka Kol Tov Hu Yig Malka Kol Tov Asela.
Okay, good. Gloria, do you want to read the same thing, the Gomel?
We don't do it. I
We
mean,
don't.
I
Okay,
can.
well, you don't have to.
I mean, we don't, 3 times a year,
Okay.
maybe.
All right, then let's, you know what, let's go forward then in the books to Ashrei, because there was,
Oh, good.
because I know we were expecting to do Ashrei and
151.
151, and where is it in the other book? Someone tell me.
I have no idea.
Let's see. It's after prayer for peace and after after the new month. Okay, it's on 181. 151 and 181. So Gloria, go ahead. And let's do it the way we did it the last time, where we had 2 people, you know, one person does the first line and then someone does the second. So Gloria and Judy, if you want to do the first, maybe 2 sets of Ashrei.
Ashrei Yoshvei. I can't see if there's a dot. Bechecha Od Yahalu Lua. Okay. Yahalua. Ha. Selah.
Yahalalucha, Yahalalucha, Yahalalucha.
Yahaluha. Selah.
Okay, and Judy?
Ashrei ha sheka ba lo ashrei ha shahu Hello.
Shadonai. Shadonai.
Oh, Adonai Elohav.
Okay, what did you say for the last letter in the second word?
Ha'am.
Oh, okay, ha'am. I wanted to make sure.
Ha'am.
Okay.
I can't say
And
what I said the first time. but-
All right, and then it's
Second
there
time.
again in the second part of it, it's Ashrei ha'am again. And
Ha'am.
I couldn't
Okay.
hear the mem. Okay.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right, Gloria, do you want to read Tehillah David?
Mm-hmm. The Hilal David. Jeez, maybe I don't. Aromamucha.
Aromimcha.
Oh, Aromincha Elohai Hamelech Behavracha Shimcha Leolam Vaed.
Okay, Judy.
Bechol Yom Avar Chav Va'ahala Shimcha Leolam Vaed.
Okay, I just want to make sure that it was avarcheka. Or just remember, if it has that dot, it's ka. I know we talked about that. Yeah, okay. Okay, Melinda and Phyllis, you want to read the next 2 sets?
Okay. Gadol Adonai Hulal Me'od V'Lidulato Ein Chayk Care.
Phyllis?
Okay.
Okay.
Dor, Lador, Yishabach, Ma'asecha, Ugvurotecha, Yagidu.
Okay, good. And Melinda?
Hadar, Kavod, Hodecha, B'divrei, Nifleotecha, Asicha.
Good. Phyllis?
Ve'ezuz Dorotecha Yomeru Udulascha Asaparena.
Okay, nice. And Roxana and Susan?
Okay. Zeker Rav Tuveka Yabiyu Bezid Kataka Yeranenu.
Okay.
Kanun Virachum Adonai Erech Apaim Ugdal wait Ugadal Chesed.
Tov Adonai Leko Verakam Mav Al Ko Ma'asav.
Yoducha Adonai Kol Ma'asecha V'chasidecha Yevar Yevarchucha.
Yevarchucha, right. Okay. And Alice and Eleanor?
Kavod Malchutecha Yomeru Ugvuratcha Yedaberu.
Okay.
Lehodia Livnei Ha'adam Kivrotov Uchvod Hader Milchuto.
Hadar Malchuta. Hadar.
Malchutecha Malchut Kol Olamim Umeim Shaltacha B'chol Dor Vador.
Eleanor?
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't sure if I was supposed to read.
It's okay.
Now I lost it. So Mech Adonai Lechol Hanoflim Vizokef Lechol Hakfufim.
Hakfufim. Okay, good. And Esther and Gloria?
Ene Kol Elecha Yesh Saberu
I just want to make sure you had a sa. Yesaberu. I'm not sure what you said.
Yesaberu Ve'ata No Tain Lahem et Aklam Be'ito.
Okay, Gloria.
Oteya et Yedea.
Yadecha.
Oh, I'm sorry, Yudecha. Umas Bia Lechol Hai Rotsa.
I just wanted to ask, has anyone ever seen someone open their hands like this when they're saying that line, Poteach et yadecha, means open your hands, In the book here, it says your hand is always ready. Let's see what it says in the other book, if it's a more literal translation or not. But anyway, I've noticed people open their hands when they say that line.
You mean like, yeah, I couldn't see your hand. You mean like,
They
like
just
this?
go like this.
I can't see, I can't see your
Yeah,
hand.
I've seen people go like this.
Oh, uh-huh.
Oh,
I'm
What
just gonna-
about the paragraph before? All
What ab-
eyes must look to you.
Oh, I don't know. Do people do something special for that? I don't know.
I don't know. Because in the Shema, when you get to the last paragraph and they're talking about the the seat, and one of the parts is your eyes shall not wander or something like that.
Mm.
And some people look at the seat.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was just wondering.
Yeah. So I just wanted to set, because you might see someone do this and you might not realize it's a reason, but now if you look around, you might see someone do that. You're like, oh, okay. Anyway,
Now I'm gonna look around.
so let's see. It was Esther and Gloria. Was that your second set or your first set? I interrupted
So
you.
it's our first set.
Okay, so go ahead, read the second one.
Sadiq Adonai Be'kol Divrakon
Dirachav.
Av
Dirachav.
Dirakav V'Chasid Be'kol Ma'asav.
Rav Adonai Lachal Korav
Korav.
Lachal Asher Yika Uha Be'emet.
Yikra uhu. Yikra uhu.
Okay, Yikra Uhu.
Yeah, fit I meant.
Well,
Okay.
I never, they way past me by the time I get there.
Oh, okay.
The Emet.
Ve'emet. Okay. And the last two, are we up to the last two? Okay, so it's Judy and Melinda, if you want to read the last two sets.
I'm sorry, I lost my place. Is it Ritzon?
Yeah.
Ritzon, Yire'av, Ya'aseh, V'et, Shaya'atom,
Shav.
Shav. Shavatom, Yishma, V'yoshi'im.
Shomer Adonai et kol Oha Vav Ve'et kol har Sha'im Yashmid.
Okay.
Tehillat, Adonai, Yedaber, P. Yivarech,
Yarecha kol,
Vivarech.
sorry, Vivarech kol Bashar and
Basar.
Shem.
Basar.
Shem.
Basar. Yeah.
Shem. Kadsho le'olam va'ed.
Okay. Judy, you want to read the last?
Va'anachnu nevarech Yah me'ata viad olam hallelujah.
Yeah. Okay. Does anyone not sure of any of the words? Okay.
It's keeping up.
Yeah.
Practice.
Well, yeah, it's just somebody said something about practice, so it's just practice.
I
But
have to do it over and
practice,
over and
practice.
over. I still can't read it fast.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's just doing the second line. That's just doing the second line of each verse.
mm-hmm. Okay, well, this has been fun. I really
Thanks so
enjoyed
much,
it.
Barbara.
Thank you, Barbara.
Those of
Thank
who didn't know
you.
before, and if you ever have any questions about how to say anything, just ask me. I obviously love doing this. So. Oh, and I had sent you early on, from my little, from that little book I have that shows you exactly when to pronounce the schwa, remember?
Yeah.
For Ashrei, and it has it word by word what it means in English. I can send that to you again.
That'd be great.
Just so you have that.
Yeah.
And
Thank
there was
you.
something else and I'll send you that footnote from the other book about that one line by Ibn Soa Haron, because it's really
Yes.
interesting
Mhm.
that some people, so some people say there's actually 7 books of Torah. They call them pillars of Torah. Anyway, it just was new to me yesterday, so I wanted to share. And you learned about, if it's a man, it's Ya'amod, if it's a woman, it's Ta'amod. Anyhow, so, but anything else you want to know? If I know it, I'm happy to share. I don't know everything, obviously.
How did you learn how to read Torah?
Practice,
We had
practice.
a class, I learned like 25 years ago. This is 25 years
Oh.
ago I learned. And it's just practice, hours and hours and hours of practice. But I love it. I do it all the time. So
Oh.
Nice.
but
Mitzvah teaching us. Thank you so much.
If you read
you're
Torah,
welcome.
Barbara,
No,
Very
yeah,
much.
thank you.
yes.
If
Yeah.
you are reading Torah, how long do you practice?
It just depends what part it is. It just depends. First of all, obviously, if I know it from a previous time, but if it's something brand new,
Right.
it's easier. I find it easier if it's part of like Bereshit, where it's a story, then it's a lot easier.
Uh-huh.
And if it's, reading about the sacrifices or building the Mishkan, where it's
Oh,
less,
yeah.
less of the words are
Yeah.
less familiar, and it just depends which part it is and how my brain is working that week. I don't have to tell you
Do you
about
only
that.
prepare a week ahead? I have friends that prepare for like a month.
I usually spend like a week or two, and if they have an emergency and they call me 2 days ahead, I can learn it, I can do it if I have to in a big hurry, but it just
Do
depends.
you learn from recordings, or do you learn from just practicing?
no.
Because you know how to read the trope.
Right, once you know the trope, you can read anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So there's the letters, the vowels, and the
Yeah.
trope.
Right. It's yeah. And the more now that I've been studying Hebrew for the past like 5 years, or I know so many more words just by looking at them. So I don't have to worry about the vowels.
Right.
That's gotten easier than it was when I started, and I didn't. So,
Yeah.
and the words in the Torah, they tend to repeat, but anyway, it's great. I recommend it highly to anyone, and you just know what you're reading so much more easily than looking at the English, constantly looking at the English, but anyway.
Could Women's League do, similar like this, do a class on trope?
Just write to Julia and tell her. The more people who say they want it, people, they know people want it. It's, they don't necessarily have the teachers they need, and so
I have to go. Thanks so
Okay,
much,
yeah, I
Barbara.
did
Be
too.
well,
I did
everyone.
too.
Happy secular
Okay.
New Year.
Yep.
Happy
Happy
New
New
Year.
Year. I hope to see some of you someday in real life. Oh my
I
God.
hope so too.
Imagine, yeah.
Are you, they are going to have a follow-on class or not? Or they're talking about it?
A follow-on, you mean like even more advanced than this?
In other words, the next
Yeah.
class for us to continue.
Next semester.
Right. I don't know. I honestly don't know if I know they have a lot of people in the beginning classes that they want to get to the point that you're all at, when
So
we
we can-
read something you've never seen before, I think all of you do really well, so I think they want to get those people to that point. And
So we're the we're the advanced, we're
You're
considered the
the,
advanced.
you are like, yeah, you're the superstars. So, yeah, no, honestly.
But we all feel, at least speaking for myself, you know, I have a lot of work to do to get good at this.
Me
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
I may not be an
Need more
advanced
practice.
beginner anymore, but I'm
Yeah,
stuck
no,
in
for the
intermediate.
women's league program, you've all graduated, you know, so. So it's just a question of what could come next, you know, because we've already done things that aren't in the regular service, right? We've done Hallel and we've done the beer cot and,
And
you
the
know,
new moon.
and the, right. the
Oh, I
Rosh
love
Chodesh.
that Rosh Chodesh.
So we've
I love
already,
that.
More practice and having a weekly meeting that forces us to practice, you know,
Right.
reading,
Right. Right. We all need
Right.
that.
just the reading.
right.
Just tell
So,
Phil, not Phyllis, what's her name? I'm sorry.
Julia?
Julia, tell Julia we all want to be like you.
Okay. So, but, you know, I
We
think-
have to tell Julia that.
Exactly.
Julia
Exactly. It has
Lowe.
to come from you. You have to tell her why you think that you should be able to do this again, you know, because there's limited numbers of teachers and there's a
Right,
limited
right.
number of Zoom lines. The Zoom
No,
lines
I understand.
also,
It's a resource thing.
and
And
so
I'll tell
they, yeah,
They said last time that it books up quickly. And I didn't poo-poo it, but I just procrastinated
So did I.
and it was almost booked up. We were lucky that she would do it on Thursday. Do you do it on Friday also, Barbara?
no, I just do this one.
Thursday.
Yeah. So, and they only have 5 Zoom lines, I think. So, and this is Thursdays was better for me anyway. But anyway,
So much.
Well, it's been a
Ciao,
treat.
Rabah.
Thank
I
you.
just want you to know that there might be resistance to letting you do it again because they're going to say, well, you already had this class. And,
Oh,
but so if you could come up with arguments for why you need to, that's all I'm telling you. Just be prepared with some reasons why. If that makes any sense. I'm just, yeah,
In case they ask us.
in case they ask, you just, well,
Thank
because I
you.
still get that
Thank
yud
you.
and vav mixed up, or I don't know when to pronounce the ayin, or whatever it is for you. Just